Rolling.
Hey, this is Adam Carolla. You know me from Loveline, and unfortunately, let's try it again.
Carolla, get it together. Take two.
All right, you want to do one together?
Yep.
Hey, this is Adam Carolla.
This is Dr. Drew.
This is it, buddy.
I know, this is weird.
So sad.
Tonight's our last night.
Please tune in as we hear Adam.
I may cry.
Yeah, I may too. And as we wish you well.
All right, cut. What's up with you two guys? Schmookums and Pookie gonna get all sad.
Yeah?
Adam Carolla's leaving. Tonight's his last night, 10 to midnight.
Tonight on Loveline.
On K-Rock. We get some tissues in here?
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is Loveline. Loveline. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board certified. Would you shut up with that, Drew? Board certified physician, addiction medicine specialist, and this is it. This is the last time I will tell Drew to shut up while I'm talking. While
I'm sure you won't. You'll make good use of the next couple hours.
Nah, I got it out of my system over the last 10 years. This is the last show for me, everybody, but it is not the end. You know what I was thinking about? I made a few notes. I was thinking about it today. One of the things I was thinking about is Loveline is really like a great sports franchise. I was privileged to play quarterback for that franchise for 10 glorious seasons without injury.
What does that make me while you were quarterback? Water boy?
No. I'd say special teams. Maybe did some long snapping.
Yeah. It's important.
Yeah. You know, when we would practice for a big game, you would be on the squad that mimicked the defense of the team we were playing.
The scrimmaging team, yeah.
Yeah. And, little fluffing. Did a little fluffing. My point is I'm not taking the show with me when I leave, just like when Brett Favre leaves the Packers, he's not taking the team with him.
Right.
He maybe he was a good quarterback, maybe you have some good memories of him, but someone else will step in, and the Cheeseheads will go on. And that's how I feel about this. That's sort of the analogy. And I imagine possibly even one day when the great Dr. Drew decides to step aside, the show will keep going. I hope so, because I hope there's always a place for a show like this on the radio. And, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it all day. And I realized, the kind of show that this is, we have the opportunity to connect with people at a deeper level, in a more intimate level. And I would much rather do that than do a sitcom where I connected with 20 million people who didn't know my real name.
Right. We get to do it more than anywhere in media.
Anywhere.
And as the other thing we get to do that nobody ever does is we get to see little vignettes about people's pathology hundreds and thousands of times over.
I know.
Thousands of times.
No, I mean, Jane Goodall goes and hangs out with some chimps for 3 years, and she's a pro. Come on, man. Someone ought to pick our brain.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, there's a cache of teenage knowledge up in my bean. I was doing some other math, and I was sitting down just about an hour before I came in. I realized I've done this show for over 10 years. That's 13 calls later.
What?
Because I average about a call and a half a year. I realize. No, 10 years, over 10 years.
Yeah.
I figure I worked about 240 days out of the year.
Okay.
Because 10 years, 365 days, whatever, minus the weekends and all that stuff.
So give you about what, 2,600, 2,700 shows?
I don't know how many shows, but I figured about 25 calls a night.
Yeah.
Now I take 3, but back in the day I used to take 35.
Yeah.
6,000 calls a year and 60,000 calls. 60,000 calls, everybody. Do I ever need to pick up the phone again? Wow.
No wonder you started getting frustrated with people.
Yeah. And a couple of things as I was putting these times together. And
oh, my God. I was just thinking about my own numbers.
Oh, you're about 20. You're probably
hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. Yeah. I was thinking as I was putting these numbers together, I really love doing this show. I always did. And one of the reasons you could tell I love doing this show is we never finish the show early. We always finish 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
We would always get cut off.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that in terms of a job where they say, you need to be off the air at midnight every night.
We could never do it.
And we could never do it. There was always a couple more syllables to squeeze in, and we would always go off at midnight plus a minute and 3/4, and Anderson would be screaming the satellite's going to drop out.
And then what a lot of people don't realize is, of course, we don't cease the conversation.
Who knew? Nope. Goes right into the hall. That goes into the parking lot. That goes into the car, and that goes onto the cell phone. And I hope we can keep that going.
How? You're going to be in sleep.
No, you're right. We're going to work it out.
I'm going to call you on the way to work from now on. I'm going to
call me on the way to work.
Happily.
Yeah.
All right.
The other thing is, so just so everyone understands, I'm going to be doing mornings in a few months. I was asked by my new bosses to start prepping for that, and that meant meetings, and that meant moving around, and that meant doing some test shows, and it meant a whole bunch of stuff that didn't leave time in it for this show. And I understand that, and they're paying me well, and I have to respect that. And I stayed on one more week because I didn't want to just drop the bomb in the middle of last week. And unfortunately, this is the last day of the last week. But I was thinking while I was putting these numbers together, I really did love doing this show. And one of the things I realized when I was trying to sort of calculate the numbers, how many days out of the year I worked, I got 5 or 6 weeks vacation every year, and I probably took 2 weeks, and that was just because you and Ann were going skiing, and I would have been left here with Stryker.
Right.
Or worse, Dr. Bruce. Oh, Bruce. Is he here tonight?
Yes, he is.
I mean, Bruce. Bruce. Yeah, Dr. Spaz. So that's how much I love.
A couple times.
Please, Bruce, this is about me. That's how you know a guy loves his job.
Yeah.
And I'm a lazy guy. Ask anyone who's worked with me. I am lazy. I actually wanted to come in when I had vacation time.
You know, it really is extraordinary. Not only that you would do the 1 to 3 a.m. shifts in the East that we used to have to do when we travel.
Yes.
And for a lazy guy to just pull that off.
Yeah. No, I really...
you were never late or anything?
I really dig it and dug it because of the connection and because of the people who listen to the show and because of the much deeper connection I feel like you can get even in nighttime radio over. I think you get a much deeper connection in radio in general.
Yes.
Over TV.
For sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what was really interesting? And then I'll get into the nighttime, daytime thing because I think it gets even deeper at night. If you think about it, it's like putting a black sack over your head. You're like some cameraman from CNN that's being transported by the Shiite Muslims.
Right.
You know, you hear everything, you can't see anything.
And how about them? The callers are just in an isolation tank too. They're by themselves in their room. Nothing going on, no distractions.
Right. It's deeper.
Yeah, you're right.
It is much deeper, and that to me is endlessly fascinating and provocative and interesting. And for some reason, Drew and I seem to be the only guys that are really into that.
Yeah, I know.
Now, there's a lot of guys who do late night radio, but they're pissed off. They want to do daytime radio or they want to do morning radio.
Right. Or they like talking about superficial material at night.
Right.
Politics or something.
I liked flying under the radar.
Yeah.
And I liked penetrating into what I felt was a sort of deeper into the skull of the people that are listening to the show. And as my wife went on to the Loveline Companion tonight and read me some of the heartfelt, I don't want to call them condolences, but goodbyes and farewells, I started to well up. I couldn't believe it, hearing these teenagers talking about, starting to listen in the 7th grade when they were 13 years old, and now they've graduated college and have 2 kids, and oh my God. And that's the other thing I realized about this show, and I say this show, I don't mean me, I mean this show, because this show was around 10, 13 years before I got here, and God willing, it'll be here 10, 13, 100 years after I leave. But this show caught people not only at night when they were vulnerable, but at a vulnerable age. Not hardened, jaded. When you're 30, it's like you're either Republican or you're Democrat, you're gay or straight, you're whatever, conservative or liberal. You are what you are. And then you just seek out people who share the same opinions you do. If you're right-wing, you listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Right.
And if you're left, you listen to Al Franken, and that's about it. And they just agree. You just nod your head at your own stupid points.
This is much more about being a human.
You catch people when they haven't declared a major yet. You catch them at 14, 13, 15, 16 years old, and you can grow with them, or they can grow with you. And I just felt like that was a privilege.
It's nice.
All right. I got people to thank.
I also think we should review your history too. It's something we've never really done on the radio. No, I mean how this all came about.
All right.
We've never really done that.
We haven't?
Not on the radio.
All right, well, keep talking. I'm taking a sip.
Well, Adam, people don't know, got onto morning show radio in Los Angeles by doing a character called Mr. Burcham, you can see on Crank Actors. Got that opportunity while swinging a Hamler. You were also
Hammer, yes.
Hamler.
Hamler sounds like a great sandwich.
You were also
with the Hamler.
You were and cheese.
No,
Yes.
Swiss. Yeah, put Swiss and grill it. Would you grill a Hamler? Light grill. Hamler.
Light mail.
Hamler. Yeah.
The
what would the Hamler have on it, Drew? I think would have some crowd on it. That's one of the great.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it'd
it's got
be
ham.
like a Reuben with a thinly sliced ham.
Yeah.
Hamler.
Although they did have the turkey Hamler,
Oh, of course,
too, which was
of
a
course.
smoked turkey ham,
Yeah,
but
of course.
turkey Hamler.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, go ahead. You know what? I like to eat the Hamler. Little French dressing, little Russian.
No, of course.
Little
Yeah.
Russian
We'll put it in the
dressing.
sandwich
Dip it
for
on.
you. Yeah.
Spread it on the sandwich. Hamler, and some of those thick cut fries.
Hamler and fries.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
What was I talking about?
and a coleslaw.
So you tell
Wait
the
a minute,
story.
you don't have coleslaw?
Of course we do.
What's
How
going
dare
on?
you?
You
How?
do?
Of
Okay.
course.
All right, what were you saying? Oh, how I was swinging a Hamler.
Swinging a Hamler, and you were a boxing instructor.
Yes.
And you heard on the morning show here in Los Angeles that there was going to be a boxing match
Yes.
between Jimmy Kimmel, who was at that point the sports guy on the morning show,
Yes.
and Michael the maintenance man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even Michelle's going, oh, my God.
And
That's yours, Michelle?
It goes.
This is now 12, 13 years ago.
Well, it's deep and it's weird because I was teaching a boxing class in Pasadena. I think like a 6:30 to 7:30 class or
In the
something.
morning.
Yeah, which now seems late.
What's about to happen to you?
Yeah, but it was ridiculously early at the time. And I would teach this hour-long class, and then I would get my truck, and I would go do some construction work for myself, and that was my day. But I was dying to get into radio. I wasn't even dying to get into radio. I was dying to find out about radio. I'd been hearing it. I'd been loving it. It'd been my best friend. It'd been my tutor, my companion. Yes, my lover. It had been everything for so many years, and I was always so drawn to it and never had a clue about it. Never knew anyone. Always listened to Drew. Always listened to Loveline, K-Rock, Kevin and Bean. Loved Jimmy on Kevin and Bean, although Jimmy was nobody back then. And the thing that people don't realize when you look back historically, you go, well, sure, Jimmy was nobody, but somehow you knew he was somebody. No, he was nobody. You don't know people are, First time I met Jimmy, pulled up in a gold and rust RX-7 that was about 14 years old, was dragging the muffler, and my first impression is like, whoa, this is radio? My truck's nicer than this guy's piece of ass. And he just moved out from Tucson. He'd only been on the radio out here in K-Rock for a couple of weeks, maybe a month.
Oh, really? When that happened? I didn't
Yes.
know that. Oh, my goodness.
So I'm driving. So I finished teaching my boxing class. I get in my truck, and I'm going over the hill. I'm going over Laurel Canyon to go onto the west side to deliver an entertainment unit I built for a woman named Marjorie Gross, who's now deceased and who died just 8 months to a year later.
Huh.
You know this story, I think, Drew.
The name sounds familiar.
She was a writer for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And she was 40, early 40s, whatever. And she just bought a house on the west side, and she died of cancer,
Ooh.
tragically, just a few months later.
Huh.
I didn't know she had cancer at the time, and I remember being very envious of her because she bought a nice house, she had a nice car, she was writing for Seinfeld, and I was like, oh my God, you're living my dream, this is awesome, And I wasn't thinking at the time about stardom or radio or national this or that. I was just thinking, man, this woman's making a living in the industry doing comedy. This is amazing. Huh. So I was driving over the hill, and I was listening to Star, but Seacrest went into a break, and I switched it. I remember switching it over to K-Rock, and there was Kevin and Bean, and Jimmy was doing his sports. And again, the ploy was Jimmy was calling in from home. That was the initial thing, and everyone seemed to hate him, and they always joked that he wasn't going to last, and I was just as naive as anyone. I was just sort of buying into it and figured he was calling from home, and he was at his mom's house and all that. And all of a sudden, we all owe thanks to Bobby McFerrin for breaking his leg on the ski slopes, because Jimmy said, as part of his newscast, that Bobby McFerrin, don't worry.
Yeah, be happy.
Be happy, guy. He broke his leg skiing, and he said, what's a brother doing skiing? And Michael, the maintenance man, who you might be able to guess is not a Jew, but black, came. Whenever you're a maintenance man.
Whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, don't think Jew. Came in here, and he's like, what you talking about, Willis? And they get into an argument. And he's like, oh, come on, black guys don't ski. Black guy. And next thing you know, that's all right. Next thing you know, a fight breaks out. I mean, not a fist fight, but okay, you guys want to go at it? You go at it. And Kevin and Bean, just like any good morning radio show, leaned into the mics and said, oh, that's it. We need boxers. We need trainers. We need equipment. We need a venue. If anyone's listening as a trainer, and I was just driving over Laurel Canyon, bringing this entertainment unit to a woman who's been dead now for 12 years. Weird, right?
Yeah.
In envying her life. And I thought, oh, I got to call in. So I called in.
No answer.
Well, Frank Murphy was good old Speedy Frank, super cheap and speedy Frank Murphy was producing the morning show at the time. He never called me back, and I just kept calling. And I kept calling, and he never called me back. And here's where the message part comes, Kitty. I should say Kitty.
Pick up the phone.
Well, no. I headed down in person.
Perseverance, yeah.
I couldn't take it anymore because I would keep calling and leaving these messages. Hey, I'm a trainer. Hey, give me a call. I'm legitimate. I'll train either guy. And then I would hear him on the radio going, we need trainers. And the guys would call in and get on the air. Oh, I'll train those. And I was going out of my gourd. I actually cut my class short, got a guy to cover for me a few days later, and went down there. Kurt Cobain died that same day, afternoon, weekend, whatever it was, and the station was just abuzz because it was just spinning because Kurt Cobain had died. I got lost in the whitewater somehow, and I went down in person, and UPS guy, whoever was over there, like the Culligan man or something, somehow just let me upstairs, but I couldn't get into the building. I couldn't get into the studio because it was like 6 in the morning, 6:30 in business hours. You know, they open the doors at 9. I just waited there until the Culligan guy went in, and I said, I didn't say send Jimmy out. I said, if you go in there, tell him there's a boxing trainer that's just waiting out by the elevators, and he's not a weirdo, and he wants to train whoever's in there. And 10 minutes later, Jimmy came out. And I didn't know what he looked like or anything, and it could have been Michael, but Michael was out on assignment or something. And Jimmy just came out and said, yeah, you want to train? Let's start tomorrow. I said, all right, see ya. And that was it. And the love affair began.
Well, and then I heard him, the Burcham got going, and then he gave him a Saturday morning shift.
Right. And the thing that was funny with Jimmy is Jimmy said, I said, Jimmy, I got to get on the radio, or I got to find out about the radio. I'm interested. Oh, what could I do? Could I drive the van? Could I answer the phones? What could I do? I mean, I'm 30, by the way, at this point. I'm not 17,
as you might
still
say,
in high school.
Things not going so good.
Not going so good. I'm 30. And I'm trying to drive the van for $6 an hour. And Jimmy said two things. One was interesting. He said, don't drive the van, because once you drive the van, you'll always be the van driver. Yeah. Which sounded like a pretty good title to me. But I was like, okay, I understand that part. But Jimmy's like, what do you do? What do you do? And I said, I hang around and shoot the poop. That's my thing, man. I take phone calls back and forth, just hang out, jabbing, sparring, just talking. Same crap we're doing now. And he's like, well, what? You can't do that. I said, why not? Just Kevin and Bean do that. You want to get on the air, you got to come up with a character. So I came up with Mr. Burcham. I phoned it in, and the rest is history. Drew heard Mr. Burcham.
I heard it.
Drew fell in love with Mr. Burcham.
And I used to time my nursing home around, so I'd be in the car during his break so I could hear the stuff. Mostly him talking to the younger women in the group. Just nutty.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Oh, yeah. And then we had you up as a guest. I think you came up as Burcham.
I was actually a guest on this show as my character.
Yeah, and there was nothing came of that. And lo and behold, a couple of producers showed up and wanted to do a television show.
Yeah.
And Ricky kind of passed on it for various reasons.
Ricky Rackman was the host for this show for about 3 or 4 years before I got here.
they, Ricky had a pass, and they said, "Well, who do you want to do this? Who's the other guy going to be?" I was like, no one's ever asked me that question before. By the way, they're asking me now, and I still have no idea.
Right.
But
how dare you?
I'm just saying.
Go.
All right. So I went out running one day, and I could show you the spot I was running in when you popped into my head. I went,
Well, I've seen the plaque. Touching. Block of granite.
I bet that guy could do it. So I called some people, and they went, that name had come up. A couple of people mentioned this. We'll see about it. Just hang tight. Then they arranged a screen test for us.
Yes.
Now, there's
Yes,
a part to this story, too.
Yes, there is. There's a part. That's the whole thing. We could probably do 2 hours on just how Drew and I got connected and all the weird circumstances and coinky dinks.
For instance, when he was called to do the screen test, he was covering the MTV Music Awards in New York with Kevin and Bean.
I was with Jimmy and Kevin and Bean in New York, and I didn't want to come back.
He wouldn't do it.
And then we ended up, of course, later on MTV, and the show originally wasn't supposed to be on MTV and all that. So that's
There's
the
more to
memory
that
lane.
story.
There's more, but go on the internet and find out about it. All right, Drew.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Somebody wants my cranberry recipe.
All right.
'Cause I do feel passionate about that.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things.
This made Ann cry, by the way. Just seeing you here with your cranberry recipe brought tears to Ann's eyes.
One of the legacies I hope to pass on after I'm gone from this show is the cranberry
Every
recipe.
Thanksgiving,
Here's the thing: do
make
not
a
open
pledge
it.
to you. Make a
do
pledge.
not open a can of cranberries. Thanksgiving is coming around. Here's the preamble to this. Thanksgiving comes around, somebody spends 9 hours in the kitchen with the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the sweet potatoes and all that stuff. And then at the end of their marathon cooking session, they reach for the can opener like dogs. Like common dogs, open it and dump 59 cents of cranberry relish on a cold, dark plate. Yes.
It's cranberry.
It's congealed.
Congealed. The shape of the can. The ridge is right there.
Congealed the cranberry, and then they cut out, and you can see the can serrations carved in it, even the little Del Monte stamp. Or if you're a Carolla, Scotch by stamp stuck right into the thing with an expiration date. Now, here is the recipe. Krista?
Yes?
Here's how it goes, baby doll.
Okay.
Go out and get yourself a couple of sacks of loose cranberries. And, I realize city kids have never even seen a cranberry. You know what I mean? They don't know what they look like in the loose form.
I think everyone's heard of that now.
They come in a sack, a little bit, the size of a bean bag or a large bean bag or something. This is a sack, like a 1 pound sack. And the beans are loose. And the cranberries, I should say, are just the size of grapes. And you take them and you wash them off and you just dump them into a pot, just sauce pot.
Then how much water?
Put in 1 cup of water, and they say 1 cup of sugar, but you can always add a little sugar. I like to go a little lighter.
Oh, lighter.
No, I like to start light because I like it tart.
So half cup.
Yeah.
Half cup.
I'll go half cup.
Orange peel? A little orange peel?
A little zest of lemon if I'm feeling adventurous. Walnut, let's not get crazy.
Is it 1 cup of water per 1 cup of cranberry?
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that is. Here's how you do it. 1 sack of, yes, Drew, thanks for that clarification. 1 sack of cranberries in a pot, 1 cup of water in a pot, and 1 cup of sugar in a pot. Put a lid on it, put a flame on it. 8 minutes later, warm, fresh cranberry sauce.
Hold on now.
That's it. That's it. But I would go a little less sugar and then add a little bit.
Is there a universal bag size of cranberries? Because you're assuming it's bag per cup.
Yeah, there is a universal bag size.
You're not talking about
not a pillowcase.
Not a pillowcase, not some sort of burlap bag full of
It's colostomy bag size.
Yeah.
That's how they mold it. 16-ounce colostomy. What is the capacity of a colostomy bag, by the way?
2 cups.
Okay. It is the size of a colostomy bag, and they always make it's
quart. Actually, a quart.
It's okay.
4 cups.
Come on, don't get weird. It's I don't know who's it, Ocean Spray or something makes these things, and they're all the same. You see them at the store stacked up. They're all that size. One of those.
Nobody ever buys
one of those. I buy them, and let's do it. Krista, you going to make it fresh this year?
Yes, I will.
If you people, after I'm gone, could just make the fresh cranberries and substitute the pie for the cake.
Done. You'll change the world.
I would float out of here on 10 inches of fart. Do you hear me?
And for you, that would be euphoria.
A velvety pillow of fart. I would be carried out of here in a velvety pillow of fart.
Could it be better?
No, it could not. All right. We will take ourselves a little break. This is the farewell show, obviously. But it is not not a funeral. I will be back doing some morning radio coming up soon. Drew will be here on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Ow. And the show is not going away. That's the point. And I don't know that it's going to be better or worse. It will be different. All right. Drew and I are getting some weird hits on our headphones. But I really urge all of you who are fans of the show, who dig the message of the show, dig Drew, dig me, please dig the next guy who comes in here. It's important. It really is. I don't want to take people with me, and I don't want to get into this thing where the first 10 calls, whoever comes in here next gets, is you suck things. That's not what this show is about, and it never was. All right?
Agreed.
All right. Well, of course you agree. You're going to be sitting here hearing, where's Adam, man? You suck.
I may hear that, but
Well,
you're very kind for discouraging it anyway.
No, you're going to hear it because that's the first call I'm going to make on Sunday, 10:01. Take a quick break. Be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Last show as the co-host of Loveline, and I will miss you all very, very much. I really will. I know I'm a little rough around the edges and was a little tough, but tough love. You know what I mean? I really do care about all of you. I really am touched by the things people have been writing on the internet, and it really means the world to me. And all the support and the love is amazing. And again, it's not the end. It's a transition, and transitions are tough. But when you get down the road from them, they're usually always good.
Speaking of transitions and love and support, on line 8, just bring up line 8 there real quick. Somebody's calling from the other side of the globe to wish you well.
Yeah, Jeff Probst.
What's going on, Carolla?
I did my Survivor dance tonight, my friend.
Where are you, Jeff? What can you say?
We're actually shooting the next Survivor, so we're on a undisclosed location. But
What hemisphere?
this one, ours.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What time is it where you are?
Uh-oh.
Can you give us that? Because I could pinpoint it.
A few hours later.
Lock him in.
A few hours later. Got to be toward
That's about
Hawaii,
all I'm
right?
going.
What if this is going to go cold this time? Maybe they're
Wow.
in the North
Not
Pole
cold,
somewhere.
but I'm sitting here, and it's weird to be sitting listening to the show on the phone because it's almost the same as turning it on at night when I go to bed. But I'm sure a lot of people have been saying this. It is going to be strange to hear. I'm sure for you too, Drew. It's going to be a brand new thing, but not going to be the same. Not saying it can't keep going on, but certainly not going to be the same.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I've said that many times about your show as well, and you're always very modest, saying it would continue without you. But sure, it would still be a great show, just not the same. And
You know what
same, maybe you don't want the same, though. I mean, maybe that's the thing in life, Maybe 10 years of the same is enough,
But
and
you
it's
and I
time
like
to shift gears.
You and I kind of like change.
Yeah, we
do
do.
like change, but it
Yeah.
still sucks when it comes.
Yeah.
I
What were you
think
saying, Jeff? Sorry.
It's pretty true, though. A transition is usually good. It's just hard to leave. I actually respect the fact that you're taking the leap and trying some new things. And
You don't know how much
Josh
money's been
Job-
offered, so hold on now, Jeff. Relax here.
What?
Yeah, Jeff. No, I appreciate
Wait,
it.
what'd
And
I say?
he was just laughing at you because you were respecting me for making the leap into morning radio, and Drew said I was just chasing the almighty dollar. How dare you attack me on my
No, I
final
didn't say you were
night?
just chasing. I just said that if Jeff understood what was offered, he wouldn't look like such a leap of faith.
Well, Jeff, I've done this show. It's been my privilege to do this show for 10 years. And as I've said, and I know it sounds like I'm just blowing smoke up my own took-eye here, but I have not had to do this show financially for 9 of the 10 years that I've done it, and I've wanted to do the show. And I appreciate the show, and I respect the show. And I wasn't going to leave until I had to, and I was able to do many other projects that took time away, but still carved out time to do this show, and now it's just going to be mathematically impossible. So, unfortunately, I have to bid the show adieu. Jeff,
Well,
yes.
yes.
When does the new when are these new ones going to run? By the way, we're going to plug in for your show. Is this in
start
6 months or a year?
Yeah, February. Yeah. So
thinking
we're off to
cold.
a good start. We've just kind of gotten started, but we're having fun out here.
The new season or midway into the new season is awesome. I watched it an hour ago.
Wow.
I swear to you, I did my stupid Survivor dance.
I have no doubt.
And I watched it tonight. It is awesome. Farm Boy got kicked off tonight. Very sad.
Dude, what are you doing, man? You're killing me.
All right, Anderson.
I had a
just yelled.
T-vote, and I'm very upset now.
Oh, Anderson's mad because he had a T-vote. You know, the Farm Boy kicked off tonight.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. This is a heated group. It continues to get heated throughout the season. Hey, I also wanted to say though, and Drew, you're a good man to let this be a night about Adam, but I did get to see the TLC show before I left, the Adam Carolla Project, and that is a funny show. It's really well done, and I've got it TiVo'd on the season pass. Speaking of TiVo, so that I can catch it up when I get home. But I think it's really really fun.
Well, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, and proud of that show. And you guys can check that out on TLC. And here's the thing. Again, I know it sounds like I'm just plugging my own crap, but if you feel like you want to keep in touch, watch that TLC show. You'll see me at home. You'll see me away. You'll see me with all my guys.
You'll a rectum full.
Yes, you'll get a big heaping helping of the Ace Man. Maybe more than you wanted. Thanks for calling in, Jeff. I really do appreciate it.
Good luck. I'll be back. Can't wait to hear you on the new gig. And Drew, best of luck with you. I'll be checking out the new show.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
everyone.
Take care.
Jeff Probst, Survivor.
Yeah.
Favorite show. It's the only show I have a dance for. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, ah.
Let's see it for the
Hey,
cameras.
oh, oh, hey, ah. Hey, oh, I need the I added a new move to my dance repertoire, too. It's the karaoke move. Not karaoke singing, but the old Pop Warner drill. Do you remember the karaoke? Oh, hey, oh. Yeah, let me show you. Ready? You watch
this. Yes.
Watch. I'm going to do it for you, ready?
Yeah. Here goes. He's stepping up. Come on, here you go. Oh, hey, oh.
I gotta take my cans off. That'll be funny. He's like, what happened to Carolla? He died his last night doing Loveline. What happened? He was demonstrating the karaoke move for Drew, and he hit his head on the side of the console. All right, hold on. You ready?
All right. Give it.
All right.
There you go.
Do it like this, and watch the feet.
Oh, just totally impressed.
It's backward. It's back and forward.
Yeah.
Backward, forward.
Oh, does your wife just retch when you do that? She like pull the shades, make sure no one sees it.
No, she loves it. She cheers
sure.
like a monkey. She loves it. She likes when I perform like an animal. Because trained bear.
Well, it's actually almost like when you actually seem to have a pulse.
Yeah, it's the only time I have a pulse.
Right.
But as anyone knows, the only time I feel truly alive is when I'm dancing.
Yeah.
That's the only time I know I'm alive.
I've always thought that about you.
All right. Should we take a Loveline
let's
related
do.
call?
Yeah.
All
Pick
right.
one.
Let's see, who do you want to talk to?
That one.
Sex friend can't
Yeah.
stay? Huh?
Yeah.
Caroline,
Yes.
you're 22.
Yes.
What's up?
Basically, this guy's kind of dated for a while, but decided.
Name, S, and how old are you? FF. What's
Effing F.
What's your question? I'm dating this F, and he's trying to F me in the ass, and then eventually we'd like to get married and have Fs and S's. That's all I want. And now that I'm gone, just do MF, just everything. Just nothing but.
Just
I'm
break
fine.
it
Hey, is Dickie Barrett on the line?
out. He sure is.
Oh, my dear Boston buddy, Dickie Barrett. Dickie?
How are you, Adam?
Oh, great, Dickie. How are you
I
doing?
just want to wish you the very, very best. I'm going to do a little homage to you tomorrow on my show and a little tribute to you. You're a really big part of Southern California radio, and you'll continue to be so.
Oh, thanks, Dickie.
There's another little walk down memory lane. Remember when the three of us were in Boston in the middle of the night?
That's right, WFNX.
Yeah.
Right.
How are you, Drew?
Dickie, great.
Are you choked up or emotional?
Yeah, we've been preparing for this for a long time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a chronic sadness about this. Actually, the first time I really got choked up.
Hit me. I've known about it and I'm ready, but but it just kind of hit me.
It gets you when you think about it. It's surreal when you think about it.
I mean, he's the best. Honestly, I do radio in L.A., and like my introduction to it here has been Adam and you guys inviting me on the show.
Huh.
So I feel like I owe you guys a ton. You know?
Well,
thank you.
Dick. Oh no, thank you. Dickie's always been a great guest and a great friend, and a very organic, natural friend. I mean, I met Dickie. He was a boss tone, as I've said. But this is how you know Dickie's the real deal. I was nobody. He was the boss tone man.
He was a rock star.
He was a rock star. He still is a rock star.
No, yeah.
He just
But I mean, at that moment.
No, he's a rock star.
He
He just
one at the time, but go ahead.
Yeah.
no, I'm saying he's a rock star that makes $30,000 a year doing morning local radio. That's all I'm saying. But still a rock star in my eyes. Point is he's Dickie Barrett. He's a rock star. This is 10 years ago. We're at the K-Rock Acoustic Christmas. No, we're at the Weenie Roast. I come stumbling on to the bus, the Boss Tones tour bus, and Dickie just invites me right in. Doesn't recognize me. Shouldn't recognize me. Nobody recognizes me.
Didn't look like a freak, and we said, that guy looks cool. Hey, come drink with us.
And came in and cracked a few beers, and then a year later I was hosting this show, and he was there, and we've been in love ever since, and now I see him at Kimmel's every Sunday. He's cheering on the
What do you want to hear
Pats.
tomorrow? Do you want to hear Belly of the Whale or Gene McDaniels? What do you want to hear? It's for you.
I would like to hear, I'd like to hear Gene McDaniels.
Which one?
He wants to hear the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Tower of Strength, and then go ahead and play the Edmund Fitzgerald, too.
Gordon Lightfoot?
Yes, Lightfoot. Finally, some Lightfoot on alternative radio.
Lightfoot in the AM, an homage, a tribute to my pal Adam.
Thanks,
You're the
Dickie.
best,
Thanks for
buddy.
calling in. And, I would miss Dickie, but I'll see him. I'll see him Sunday, or see him every time I do Kimmel's. I see him all the time. But salt of the earth, Dickie Barrett, thanks for calling in tonight. All right, Drew, we will...
One quick one here.
Myra?
Yeah.
Myra, you're 24. What's up?
I just wanted to say thanks for everything.
Thank
I've
you.
been actually a fan since Poor Man was on. I was like 11 years old when I first started hearing.
Woo. Wow.
Yowie.
Yes, I remember Poor Man with the fire truck and the sushi bars and all that, if you remember, Dr. Drew.
I shall never forget. Seared into my soul.
I actually stopped listening with Ricky Rackman for, I don't know, he just didn't cut it for me. But
Ricky's just driven his jet off the freeway.
well, you know.
Go ahead. Come on.
But it was actually funny that I remember when Adam came on, and I was like, hey, isn't that Mr. Bertram? It was weird, but I just have to thank you. I'm like, I work at night, so I actually listen to you guys going home.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And,
all right, thanks. The call said, Myra wants to call and kiss Adam's ass. She basically gave us a little lineage of Loveline. I liked Poor Man a lot. Hey, remember when Poor Man used to do that funny thing? We'd go do those in-store things? That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway, I didn't listen to Ricky, but then I heard Adam once when I was driving home. Anyway.
But
Come on, babe. I can't take anymore. My head's going to explode. All right. Myra? Oh, that wasn't Myra. Sorry. Myra?
Hello?
I think I know what you're trying to say.
Just thank you. And rock and have a good time in the morning. And don't
Thank
forget
you.
to say the whole baby dolls, because I used to think that was just so beautiful, right?
The what?
I do think it's beautiful. When you
What?
go out to all the girls and you're like, hey, baby doll, what's your question?
All right, baby doll.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for the
Don't
compliment.
forget the baby doll.
I'll not forget the baby doll. Drew, write down baby doll.
But you won't forget it. Your agent will forget it.
We got to take a break. I was thinking about people to thank. Drew, stop moving, would you please? I was thinking about people to thank, and I sort of broke it up into the Loveline list and then the K-Rock list and the whatever list. But one of the groups I want to thank, and maybe you should thank them as well, is all the program directors on all the affiliates we're on.
Oh, absolutely.
And one thing I'm proud of is when I started this show, I think we had one or two. I think it was on one. I think it was just on K-Rock or two.
Maybe we had San Diego and San Francisco.
Oh, do we have San
KOME.
Francisco? I think one of them came on like the next day or
Maybe.
something. I think like technically.
And the reason I remember that is because I went to San Francisco that weekend, or like 5 days after you started, and did a broadcast with I think we were about to start on KOME. You're right. It's like the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a broadcast with the evening disc jockey there,
Yeah.
Carson Daly.
Really?
Yes.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know. But he
Good-looking
was
kid.
brand new and
Yeah.
spanking clean and excited.
Oh, yeah. Now he's jaded and sexed out. Effed out. Carson, good guy, saw him at Jimmy's last week, too. Jimmy discovered Carson Daly as well.
In Arizona?
He discovered me, discovered Carson Daly, and himself. I think he should include himself on his discovery list.
Andy
and
Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis. My God, star maker. All right. Here's what I want to say, though. We started out with two stations, one affiliate, essentially, and we worked our way up to 85 or 90. And you want to know one of the things I love most about this job? I never hear any crap from any of the program directors or general managers from any of these
the rest
affiliates.
of us do, though. Don't worry.
I'm sure you do, but I don't.
No, I'm
And
just
God
kidding.
bless you for not complaining
Yeah, they're always not complaining. They're always very supportive.
and asleep. But God bless everybody who's been involved with this show, who was able just to step aside and let us do our thing. Sometimes for better, once in a while for worse, but mostly always for better. Not to meddle, not to get in and do the things that you see so much of in other venues, whether it's television or morning radio or drive time radio or movies, whatever it is. There's always some guy in a suit with a bad idea who's going to come in here and F up whatever chemistry, dynamic, whatever direction, whatever vibe you have. Somebody is going to shove a pool cue into your spokes and send you over the handlebars of your show. Nobody ever did that with this show. They tried a couple times, had a couple of meetings, but in general, that all ended about 7 years ago. And nobody has
They gave
monkeyed with the show, and God bless you.
Yeah.
I mean it. You know, everyone wants to thank people that went and physically did something. How about the people that just said, you know what, I'll pay for it, I'll step aside, I'll let them do their thing. I really want to thank all the programmers and all the general managers and all the people and all the fans and all the folks and all the affiliates who we never get a chance to really see, meet, or touch. I want to thank all you people for always supporting this show and being so generous and kind whenever we came out to do a broadcast from wherever, because we were doing Dawson's Creek in North Carolina for 7 horrible days. You know,
And letting us use their studios.
they were always awesome.
Yeah.
And every guy from the engineer to the late night guy to the janitor to the program director was always great and generous with us. So I want to thank all of you. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Thanks for tuning in on the Farewell Show. Couple of thoughts.
I'm getting kind of scared
Why?
because we're halfway through the farewell show. I'm like in denial. You know what I mean?
I know, and it flew by, too.
I know. I don't like that. This is weird.
It is.
I feel like a sick person. I'm like,
Old me.
I've been in like,
I know. And the only way Drew can cope when he's really feeling this kind of sorrow is to eat all my goddamn
Oh, that's why I'm eating
Godiva
like a
chocolate.
maniac.
Yeah, he busted.
Yeah, that's why.
I got some parting gifts here. One of them's $80 worth of chocolate. Drew ripped right into it like a,
You got
like a
40 bucks
raccoon
left.
going through a dumpster. Brought it right into the bathroom and gobbled it all up.
don't think about it. Don't talk about it anymore.
I'm not Heloise, but even I know you're not supposed to bust into another guy's food gift and start chowing down in the bathroom with it. How dare you? This is a slap in the face.
John.
Yeah. John, the great
Yeah.
John from System of a Down,
You know where
everybody.
John is now?
Where is John?
Portugal.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys,
Wow.
it's 6 in the morning over here. I want you to know.
Wow.
And he insisted that we get him on the phone.
What are you doing in Portugal?
First of all, I've been on hold for 20 minutes.
Oh,
6 minutes, but you know he's a big star because it feels like 20.
It's been 20, man. Trust me.
All right.
I'm dying over here at 6 in the morning.
Sorry, buddy.
But, of course, I have to be a part of your last hurrah here.
Thanks, John.
You know, we're going to miss you over here.
I do appreciate that. And System of a Down has always been, well, we feel like we discovered System of a Down in a certain way because they were playing a concert. God, what was it now? 6, 7, 8 years
It
ago?
was at a
It was
Best Buy.
at a parking lot in Pasadena.
Yeah, Best Buy parking lot. Do you know what year that was, John?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
88?
6 a.m.
I don't know.
Yeah. John, and then System of a Down came in here, and we discovered our mutual love for Armenian food. Not Armenian service, but Armenian food. And then we really bonded.
I got a story for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to Zonku on Burbank.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And I asked for all white meat chicken sandwich.
And
And they looked at me like I just came off of Mars.
Yeah.
cannot have.
Hey, Anderson, play.
Listen, I'll pay you whatever you want. Just make me a white meat sandwich,
Oh,
all
slap
white
in the
meat
face.
sandwich. And they were like, we don't have white meat chicken.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
You have chickens that have white meat. Make me a white meat sandwich.
No, they love no. Play. Yeah, here it is.
Beverage. It's
So you know what I did? I
goat-based.
ordered 3 sandwiches.
No, cannot
and I just made
have.
the white meat part
No,
out of all
cannot
three.
have. No, cannot have. No, you cannot have. No mixing. No, cannot have. Read menu.
No white meat.
No, get fired. No.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad, man. This is the last time the three of us are going to be on the air together.
Well, I know.
Well, let's
but-
make a pact that we'll do it again sometime.
Well,
somewhere,
we'll go
somehow.
out. We'll go out to eat.
But it's on the air. You said.
But look,
We'll have a new restaurant show. We'll have a reality show about the three of us go out and eat restaurant food.
yes, and John and I really bonded, by the way, over our love of the Taboos porn series.
That's where the
By
love
the way,
affair started.
I finally got part 4.
Oh,
Awesome.
I'll remind you that John ran home, and you followed him.
I drove out to John's house to get Taboo too. All right, John, we got to take a break. Thanks very much for calling all the way from Spain. right?
Portugal, yeah.
Portugal. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. There, buddy, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, it's the farewell show, the swan song. Anderson, I don't know if you have anything in the hopper, any favorite moments or best of beats or any of that kind of stuff. But if you don't, why don't you yank a few just to have at the ready?
You know what I did?
Uh-oh.
118 months ago tonight, I pulled a call, and I'll play that sometime later. We don't have your first night on, unfortunately. They put them in a warehouse somewhere before 96.
What do you mean?
Probably
What do you
next
mean?
to your cars.
Yeah.
What do you mean? 118 months ago, you pulled a call. What does that mean?
I pulled a call from a show 118 months ago tonight. It's
I
January
see.
3rd, 1996.
Yeah,
I see.
we'll play it.
It's a
Let's
beat
hear
off call. You want to hear it? Here we go.
Sure.
I cut out most of Ricky for you.
And Sean, your question.
Okay, first of
sounds
all,
much
hi, Dr.
happier,
Drew,
younger.
Hi, Sean.
Adam Carolla, and Ricky.
Thank you, Sean.
Hi.
There's Ricky.
I want to know, I masturbate a lot. I mean, a lot, like 3 or 4
Sean's
times
a boy.
day.
How old are you?
13.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to know, can that, like, do anything, cause any problems, stuff like that?
Oh, we get this call every night, and the situation is this: it's not going to hurt you physically, unless
You get caught.
you're like masturbating in your folks' room, and your dad puts a whooping on you or something like that. But you're not going to get hurt by masturbating too much. But we always say, are you going out? Are you doing your job? Are you going to school? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're turning down dates, down dates,
It's very old, as you can
dates.
see.
Is it screwing with you mentally, Sean?
I don't think so.
Has it become such a compulsion or preoccupation that's affecting other areas of your life? That's right.
No, just, I don't know, once in a while, I just, like,
You spoke so
find my
blithely
things
about
and stuff like
physical
that.
abuse.
Once
Yeah.
in a
Dad
while.
could put a whooping on
Like
you.
most of the day, most of your waking hours. Sean, you doubling down now that you're on vacation?
Actually, today I got off.
We already established that.
And Sean, you can hurt the skin. You can irritate the skin if you do things too much. And
There's also some, like, weird bumps around the bottom. They're, like, real small. I don't think they're any...
those are probably normal. Those are probably the pearly penile papules that tend to
Okay.
develop. And
Exactly.
Sean, there's actually a study just came out in England this week that suggested that people that have very active sex life live longer, feel better longer, these sorts of things.
Another study came out that that guys from New York have more sperm than guys from Los
Oh, for
Angeles.
Christ's sake.
Hey, I saw it on TV, Drew. It's true.
Well, it's cold.
Hey, Anderson.
Is masturbating part of a healthy
What are we
sex life?
doing
I mean,
with
is
this
that-
call?
Does that count?
You just
Yeah,
wanted to,
I mean,
all right.
there's some
You are a
cultures.
healthy man, Adam.
You know, there are some cultures that
Just wanted to show you.
good enough.
It's almost over. There you go. My idea was to get your first call or first show, but we don't have that. Like I said.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
Thanks.
an example of what we were like 10 years ago.
All right. Okay. You ready to go?
Dag.
Sorry, buddy.
That's all right.
good.
That's fine. All right. Dag?
Yeah.
David Allen Greer?
He's crying.
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
Are you okay, buddy?
No, I'm having a lot of problems today. Hey, Dr. Drew, how you doing?
Hey, Dave, you sound kind of sad, buddy.
What's going on?
Well, my buddy Adam, he going away and stuff, man. Why you doing that, Adam? Why you leaving it, man?
Hey, well, Dag, first off, I'm always just a phone call away for you,
Yeah, I know. It's not going to be the same, man. Remember all the fun we had?
No, I know, David. I know you're always a great guest on the show, and we had a great time. It's pretty emotional.
David, let's get a little more of a positive, upbeat attitude about things. Let's have some fun together. I got a couple things to say to you.
David, wow.
You were talking about your butt or something, and I was black. Remember?
Yeah, that was funny stuff, David. It was awesome stuff. And you know what? Just because I'm leaving the show.
On the air, remember, Adam? And
Yeah.
you killed me, and I went on to have a whole bunch of more bad relationships.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I do remember that.
It's hard to forget.
I do remember that. David.
Dr. Drew, hey, Dr. Drew, I got a question. What do you do when your little buddy walks out on you? What do you do? I mean,
You can answer,
You find another buddy.
Oh, my God.
I know. So cavalier. So like an executioner.
Hey,
The dog has
where
a
you
longer
going,
memory.
man? Where you going?
I'm actually going home. Sorry, buddy.
Hey, be careful. This guy cries to the point that he starts vomiting. I've seen him cry so much he barfs.
I will not do that. Oh, that stuck up on me. I swear it stuck up on me.
Well,
really just,
David, usually David only vomits when we're talking about something vile.
Well, sometimes when you get upset, I just. Oh,
Dave, are you okay, brother?
All right, Dave, you got to get it together because you got to cheer Adam up.
David, I need you to pull it together.
He needs you to do a couple
Hold
things.
on, let me talk to him. David, I need you to be strong for me. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
What you got for me, man?
Dr. Drew has the physician's desk reference.
I'm there. I'm back on point.
He has highlighted 10 or so substances, and as you know, you need to convert them into young black children's names.
All right, let's do it, man. I'm back.
Or the experiences of the mom of the
Now,
young black
yes,
children. Hopefully.
you are the mother out on the porch, and you need to find who, Drew?
Botanicol.
Santa Claus. Don't act like you don't hear me. Santa Claus.
Perfenazine.
Now.
The second one.
Perfenazine.
Get your twin brother Phenazine. See, that's why they name y'all this. You sound like you're hard in that Phenazine, Sanazol. Come in here right now. Right now. Please. Take this trash out.
Papaverine.
Perry, what you doing? Where's your diaper?
Who's the young one for Pavery?
Put your knife down. Get back in your crib.
Paverine has picked up a butcher knife and still is so young that he's in a crib.
You know what, man? I'm freestyling here, man. I'm freestyling.
I like it, Drew. Give him another one.
Lisinopril.
Hold on. Your sister's on the phone. Lisinopril. What? What's his name?
Lisinopril.
Give him one more good one.
Wait a minute. I can't hear him.
Go, Drew.
Ceftriaxone.
Wait a minute. What'd you say? Spodra?
Ceftriaxone.
Okay, hold on. Whose report card is this? Death Triaxone. What's going on? 3 Ds? Death Triaxone? No. We don't do that here. We do not do that here. We do not act that way here. 3 Ds on your report card? Oh, no BET. Not tonight. Young lady. You go right off to your room.
I drew one more good one.
All right.
One more good one.
Chloramphenicol.
Too shorter. That's too long. That's too long. Give him a shorter one.
Fine. Just flipping around.
Come on.
Drew, you lost the eye of the tiger.
Colchicine.
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 Colchicine. Colchicine. Colchicine. Look at me. Look, don't you point that BB gun at me. Don't you? You better drop it and run. You better keep running. I'm putting my shoes on. I'm coming out to whoop ass. Colchicine. You better hold still for this ass whooping. That's beautiful.
David Allen Greer, everybody.
Wait, now, David, now, since it is Adam's last night, there's one other thing. He actually brought this up last night. He wants one last experience, one last sort of chance to take in the experience of you having sex and what follows.
Yeah, I mean, what's that experience like to lay down with the great David Allen Greer?
I want to send you off in grand style.
Thank you.
Well, let me just take you through the prelim, what I call DAG foreplay. Usually starts off a little slap boxing. And then I start chug-a-lugging. I come home, and I do a few quick ones right in front of the open door of the refrigerator. Take that last
couple beers,
put it on my forehead, throw that in the floor, and stumble to the bedroom. I get up. Hey, you sleep? You sleep? Come here. Huh? Come here. Come on. Do some wrestling. Huh? Don't look at me. Don't you look at me. Don't you look at me. Don't you always hit me. Oh, don't you look at me. Don't you look at me. What's going on? Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
David Allen Greer, everyone.
Adam, it's your day, man. You'll be missed. I don't know what to say. I wrote things down. My beloved, my honey bunny woke me up. I'm here in New York, and I called in. Actually, I called in 3 hours ago, and it was a Tom Leykis show.
Oh,
he did the same routine.
I wanted to
All right. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. When you,
I know that now you only have about 4 jobs because of this one. What's going on, man? Are you ever going to come back to visit?
When you come back, yes, I will.
No doubt.
I will definitely come back and visit, and call me when you come back in town, Dag. We will hang out.
Do you guys box together anymore?
You just wrestle. Not any time. We wrestle. He ejaculates and falls asleep on me. It's awesome.
Not rape, though. Not rape.
It is not rape. All right, let's see. Rob needs to say goodbye. Rob, 26?
I certainly do. Carolla, I got 2 words for you, man.
Is that your real name? Is it Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, why wouldn't it be Rob?
Isn't he Eric from Arizona?
Why would I lie about that?
Sounds like Eric from Arizona. All
right, go ahead.
So it's Robert, but yeah. So I got 2 words for you, dude. First of all, jizz grenade. Best 2 words ever spoken on the radio. I don't even know if you remember saying it, but
no, I don't remember saying it.
If you were describing what a porno movie looks like, and you said it looks like somebody's just lit off a jizz grenade, and
jizz grenade would be a good name for a band too.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's exactly what you said. You said that'd be a great name for a punk band, and then you went into a little tirade about. You were complaining to Dr. Bruce about all the porno names and how Spank Me, F Me. It was giving you so much trouble and everything else. Brilliant, most brilliant moment in broadcasting.
Well, thanks, Rob. Thank you.
And, you know, you've really coaxed me through my whole adolescence and gotten me to the point where it's such an honor to talk to you guys because you've really made a big difference in my life. And I feel like now that I'm getting older and I'm getting into adulthood, it's going to be great going to morning with you in morning time radio, but we're really going to miss you in the evening, and we're really going to, you know, the things that you could say and the jokes that you get across to everybody, it really means a lot to us because you're such a part of all of our lives.
Thank you, Rob. I do appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us tonight. Forgot about the jizz grenade, but Drew, I guess you weren't here, so
that's why I didn't hear
it. You wouldn't remember that. I didn't remember it either, and I was here. So that's the beauty of drinking. I want to give a couple of thanks, by the way, not the Loveline staff, but there's some folks. We'll get to them later. There's some folks out here from K-Rock and other parts that do deserve a tip of the hat. Kevin Weatherly, greatest program director in the world, who basically was the man I looked up to here at the home station, the mother station here, K-Rock.
Yeah, when he told you to keep quiet, you didn't look up to him enough to actually do that.
Well, I'm still the only guy I know who co-hosts a talk radio show whose most frequent note is quit talking so much. A lot of guys would be insulted by that.
Not you.
Well, not
didn't
enough.
break your stride.
Not enough to stop talking. For the first 5 years I did the show, we would have meetings with Kevin Weatherly, and he would tell me to take more calls, and I would tell him okay, and take a half a call less the following show. And eventually, we just stopped having meetings. It's really. I think we would take more calls the following day, but then we would go back to no calls again, and eventually he just left us alone. But he got me started here, along with Trip Reeb, along with Max Krasny, who deserves a tip of the hat from Westwood One. Jimmy Kimmel, again, plucked me out of carpentry and plunked me down in radio. And I always thank him, but you couldn't thank that guy enough. My wife, Lynette, sitting back and letting me leave every single night, probably happy to see me go, but still, and Drew's wife, beautiful wife too, letting us leave every night while they take care of whatever they have to take care of, and letting their man go off in the middle of the night every night and come back to them being asleep. And it's a tough schedule.
It's a big deal, yeah.
It's a tough schedule when you're married. I want to give a little shout out to Kevin and Bean out here on K-Rock for getting me started and being generous and opening their doors, their arms, and their phone lines to me many years ago and getting me started in the first place. And everyone here at K-Rock, because even though the show's a national show, its birthplace was and is K-Rock, and these are the people that I've surrounded myself with over the years. All right. Shall we take another phone call?
I'm just thinking there's two historical events in the recent history of the show we ought to maybe relive. One was when David Arquette showed up spontaneously.
Do we have that?
Anderson, you have that on tape? How about the...
Drew, what do you
I just happened to think of it. I just happened to think of it.
But you got to tell...
No, let's talk. I don't mean...
Oh, you want to relive it?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. I thought you act like things are going to happen when you set it up that way.
No.
All right.
I wonder if you had it, but it
But Drew, do me a favor. Do me one favor, one good favor. Please promise me you'll continue to do horrible radio after I'm gone.
Is there any alternative?
Yeah, because I like to. So we'll do a little reenactment.
Yeah.
Let's go to some phone calls. Hold on, Adam. Before we go to the phone calls, there's one moment that stands out in this show. Actually, a couple. One of them is a little something called David Arquette. Anderson? Huh? What? No, I don't have that. Okay, well, we can talk about it, can't we? Drew, promise me, whoever the next host is, you will do that to them.
Is there another way?
Promise me you will call for stuff to Anderson that he never has.
I got the other one that I know
every
you're going
time.
to talk about, though, Drew.
What's the other one?
The Holocaust.
The Holocaust. That was the other one.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear that then.
Yeah,
Let's set it up. Let's set it up.
Well, man, we were just talking about this a couple of weeks ago. That's the stripper, the phone sex operator I told her to use subliminal suggestions so her clients didn't orgasm as fast so she could make more money by keeping them on the phone. And I think Tom Arnold was in there that night. I told her to mention the Holocaust subliminally, just work it in. It's going to add 10 minutes to the guy, before he has his orgasm when he hears Holocaust. I had to explain to her what the Holocaust was.
Yeah, we realized as we were talking to her that she had no idea what you're talking about even.
And this is me telling her, go ahead, do your phone sex thing. I'll be a client, you be you, and subtly, subliminally work in the Holocaust. Just enough so I hear it on a subconscious level, but not audibly. Let's give it a shot. Bring. Bring.
Hi, how you doing?
Ooh, hi, what's your name?
I'm Sugar.
Sugar. I'm Ace.
Hey, Ace.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
Well, I'm wearing a nice black garter. Just thinking about the Holocaust right now.
Thinking about the
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Play it out, Anderson, because it's funny to hear Tom Arnold go berserk if you do have it. Tom Arnold, I laughed. All right, let's see. I did what Drew did.
And then the David Arquette thing? Just doesn't relive that now.
Oh, you want to relive it?
Yeah.
Well, David Arquette, it's probably better just to talk about it. It's just a funny story. We were in the old Westwood One studio, and we were talking about actors, and I don't know if it was like Crispin Glover or these actors. There's a lot of actors out there that just seem nuts, certifiably insane. And I was saying, how do these guys work? how do they get to the set?
You were talking
They're
about John Malkovich.
John Malkovich seems nuts. How does he memorize all his lines? How do all these guys do this stuff? And then I use David Arquette as an example. The guy seems nuts. He seemed more nuts at the time.
Yeah. And by the way, you
7
qualified
years
it
ago.
with, we love him. He was one of our dear friends. We love him on the show. He's a great guy.
Good guy.
He's special, kind of nuts, but certifiable.
And you had Spike Jonze on in the cast of being John Malkovich.
That's right. Thank you, Anderson. That we did.
That's who the cast was then? I mean, that's who was guesting?
Yeah.
Spike Jonze.
Spike Jonze.
Wow.
And we're talking about being John Malkovich, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was saying David Arquette is nuts. And I don't know how he works, how he can play a small-town sheriff when he's nuts. And people are like, whoa, aren't you scared he's going to come in here? Or aren't you scared he's going to find you?
Hear you?
And he's going to hear you, and he's going to get PO'd. And I was like, well, David Arquette couldn't find his way to the studio. And you're like, well, he's been here 3 times. And I was like, listen, he's nuts. He can barely find his way to his car in the morning in his own driveway. And he's never going to find his way to the studio. And he's crazy. And I'm not worried about David Arquette. But the guy's nuts, and I like him. I'm not putting him down, but clearly he's certifiable. And it was about 2.5 minutes later, he came walking through the studio door.
Burst to the doors.
Yes. Not through the door outside or any,
into the studio.
Into the studio.
And
I was
screaming.
And I was like, hubba, 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 hubba.
Screaming, so I'm certifiable, huh?
I can't find the studio, huh? Yeah, he was driving home from a Lakers game.
That's what he said.
Was just going down the 10 freeway right next to the off-ramp we were on, listening to it, and told his man to turn off promptly. And
that was
he
wild.
was in the studio. It was less than 3 minutes after I had done my little rant about him.
It was like,
and he was standing there, and it was very uncomfortable. All right, let's see. Quick goodbye, baby voice. Amber?
Yes.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
I just called because I have to say that I love you.
Thanks, sweetie.
I want to ride the pony, Daddy.
Yeah, that was a 40-year-old.
Uh-huh.
What's up? Anything else?
I just wanted to say goodbye. I've been listening to you since I was 14, and I just don't know what I'm going to do without you, but
well,
I had to just call and say goodbye and say that I love you.
Thanks, Amber. I appreciate it. And again, it's so touching to read these emails on the websites and all that. And by the way, I want to thank the Loveline Companion website guys. My wife went on there today and just basically pulled Silent Virgin, The Mastermind, Kevin Yu, Nick Valk, and all the regulars that post on that. It's my self-esteem is too low to read that stuff or to pay attention to it. But it still feels great that it's out there, and God bless you for doing it. And my wife will pull it off and read them to me every once in a while. And it's like I don't feel worthy. I know it sounds like BS, but I start getting uncomfortable. You know, what are we going to do when I look up to? And I'm just sort of like, I don't know if I want to cry or just sort of hold my ears. But it's hard. It's hard to hear, and in a good way, but it's hard to hear. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This isn't the end. This is not the end of this show. This is not the end of me doing radio. This is not the end of Drew. This is turning the page, a new chapter, whatever metaphor you want to use. But it's not the end. And Sunday night, Drew is going to be here. I will be home yelling into the phone, "Where's Adam? You suck, new guy." I'll fill in whoever's in here. Each night. And that's where we'll be. And you'll hear me doing morning radio. And hopefully you'll hear me back here. I mean, I'd like to come back and be a guest, and I'm not doing the morning thing for another couple months. Seems like I could, what the hell, I'll come back Sunday. Come on, buddy. All right, we'll take ourselves a little break. We'll come back. There's more thanks, more thoughts, more goodbyes, more of your calls, all that after this. Yeah, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, this is it. 32 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, Drew. It's going by quick. All right, let's keep going. And
Now I feel like somebody who just needs to. I've gone from denial, from pretending it's not going to happen, to feeling dread about it happening, to going, I just want to get over with.
We should end
Let's
now.
get out of here. Let's just get out of here.
Well,
It's like I want to jump in a pool of cold water. Let's just do it.
Well, here's the thing, Drew. That's a show, everybody. Here's the thing. We have gone, as I've said, 2 minutes heavy every night for the last 10 years. I figure we've done 70 extra shows with that extra 2 minutes that we've run heavy.
Absolutely.
So really,
33 minutes back.
We could get it off. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Hey, one quick last story. The Heather Graham story.
Well, you tell it, Drew.
Well, Adam, we had Heather Graham on back before she was a star, and was it during commercial break or actually when we were on the air?
It's on the air.
Adam says, "What else are you working on right now?" And she goes, "Well, I'm doing a project kind of excited about. It's about the porn industry in the '70s. I wear roller skates the entire film, and I'm very excited about it." Adam looked at her and said, "What?"
Said her name was Roller Girl.
Oh, Roller Girl. And he said, what?
Hold on. Drew punched a microphone, by the way. Not for the last time.
No.
By the way, because when you average 9 every quarter hour.
Didn't want to disappoint you on your last night.
Drew punched the mic. A couple of guys came to see the show and it's like, when is Drew going to punch the mic?
No,
and I'm like, when isn't Drew going to punch the mic? That's the real question. And there you go. Did you guys get it?
Caught it?
Drew socked the mic. It's awesome. Yeah.
Anyway, he leaned into her and went, what is the matter with you? Who is your representation? You're
pretty but Drew, you're forgetting the rest, too, which is
she goes,
Burt Reynolds and Marky Mark are in this.
Oh.
Burt Reynolds is fresh off of Cop and a Half.
Right.
Marky Mark is the underpants guy at the time. You think about his career before Boogie Nights.
He had no acting.
Mark Wahlberg was a Calvin Klein underpants model who was with his Funky Bunch or something back then.
Some boy band thing.
Yeah, it's with the Funky Bunch. Yeah. So the point is you got the guy from the Funky Bunch, you got the guy from Cop and a Half, and you're playing Roller Girl.
It's like, oh my God, what are you thinking?
What happened to your career, Sweet Pea? She was kind of PO'd about it, I remember, but I was serious, and then later on turned out to be Boogie Nights. It was my favorite movie of the year. All right, Drew.
All right. Pick somebody you want to talk
to. Let's talk to, who do you want to talk to?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. Take a Loveline call. Leah?
Hello?
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you guys. I'm so excited.
Ooh. You're 16, huh?
Yeah.
Say more Ovaltine, please.
I knew you were going to make me say that if I called.
Say it.
Like Jell-O.
Oh, more Jell-O. Say more. No, say Ovaltine. Yell, more Ovaltine, please. Mom. More Ovaltine, Mom. And do it with a lot of zest and verve.
Okay, well, what do you want me to say? You said a lot of things.
More Ovaltine, Mom.
Okay. More Ovaltine, Mom.
Right. Now, I know I said a lot of zest and verve, but that was too much. We need to reel it in. You blew up my headphones. I want you to do it, and I want you to sell it now. More Ovaltine, Mom.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to cue you in, all right?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, act.
More Ovaltine, Mom.
Good. Ooh, and this is a 6-year-old. So we're going with sexual abuse.
Age 3.
Yeah.
I'm going 4.
No.
What?
5.
5.
Oh, 5.
I just missed.
I was closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you were...
I wanted to say that I love you guys so much. Oh my God, Adam, you're like God. I have you all over my shoes.
Ooh.
You are so
name on your
awesome.
shoes.
That's a big
awesome.
one.
Yeah, because I grew up there. Aerosmith was on people's shoes. Hold on a second. Here's one of the things we've figured out from, well, not Drew. Drew's done 150,000 calls. I've only done 60,000 calls. But one thing you learn from doing 60,000 calls is the tone of people's voice, the cadence, and what it awakens in
tone,
you.
Yeah.
What it says to you.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you hear something, it should make you think of something.
And Leah, we knew not only sexual abuse, but we knew about what age.
Yeah. Well, that was a whole year off. But her question wants to know if ecstasy will make the first time having sex better. And actually, it says first time having sex, which would even suggest that she was a virgin or never whatever. So it is a little more misleading. Thank God I never read the calls, and I'm not about to start
I read
tonight.
It, but I trust what we hear.
Yeah. I just want people to know that when we ask, we would never do this. Actually, Drew would try, but I would never do this, which was we would never see that someone was sexually abused on the screen and go, hold on, I feel something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, were you ever? That's BS.
Yeah.
That's for the BS psychics who really don't know anything. We would never do that. If it was on the screen, we would say, we see on the screen, it says you were abused. We never do that, or we wouldn't ask. This is just a feeling that you get after doing a combined 200,000 calls when someone is sexually abused.
They sound a certain way.
They sound a certain way. Same way if a guy's racist, he sounds a certain way.
Same way.
Angry.
Same way if a guy breaks his leg, he walks a certain way.
Right. All right.
Hello?
Leah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to tell you that 3 months ago I went to LA and I was like trying to meet you desperately, but I couldn't do it. I was so sad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I got 3 dudes in their 30s that smell like ass and patchouli sitting in here. What's that?
I said I even went to the same Starbucks you go to and everything, like near Jimmy Kimmel and everything. But I couldn't meet you. I was so sad.
Yeah.
I wanted you to sign my shoes.
Okay, baby doll. I would have done it. Sorry we missed each other. All right. Have you gotten some therapy for your abuse?
Yeah, I wanted to, but I was thinking that I kind of don't want to right now because I don't really trust my therapist because I'm scared they're going to tell my parents.
Man,
you need to trust.
You got to
somebody.
get some help.
I know. I listen
We have
to you guys
someone on the
all
line who's had a similar experience. Yes.
Oh boy. Hey, Leah, you want to know if ecstasy will make the first time having sex better?
No, it'll give an intense experience, but it's not a good idea. Horrible idea. In fact, oftentimes people will describe having less sexual arousal after having used ecstasy during sex.
Okay.
Okay. I love you guys. I'll miss you so much, Adam.
I love you.
Take care.
And look,
Oh, sorry.
listen, Leah, the best gift you could give to me is getting some help. It really is.
Okay.
We got Andy Dick on their line, but speaking of needing help, I'll talk to him in a second. But Drew, would you agree with me when I say that really the greatest gift you can give me is not in the form of red wine or pornography, although that is appreciated. It is please
kids.
Don't make the last 10 years of me blowing hard into the mic in vain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just take a little of it and do something with it. I'm not saying I don't want to be your personal life coach or anything, but if I could just get a fraction of the people that were listening to throw on a condom or think twice before they started doing their first tab of acid.
Get a little help for this and that.
Just a little help, just a little tweak.
Yep.
Then it will all be worthwhile. All right, let's talk to the great Andy Dick. Andy Dick?
Oh, my good friend, Adam Carolla.
Ooh. How are you, Andy? Oh,
I'm sad.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm sad that you're leaving.
I am, too.
How are you, Andy?
I'm good, actually. Really, really good. I'm doing a, you guys have probably heard of that Master Cleanser fast. With the cayenne pepper and the lemon.
Everybody is doing that.
So dangerous.
Hold on a second, Andy. Drew, what is that? You get the cayenne pepper, you get the lemon water and the maple syrup, and you do nothing but drink that with like stream water, and an Indian stirs it with his dick. What is that, Drew? Does that help anyone? It's fasting.
It's fasting with a little bit of sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
And the maple syrup, I was saying to someone the other day, the maple syrup, here's what they do with those things. You know when the guy comes to your house, he's going to give you the estimate to repipe the entire house, and he's just thinking $15,000. So he says, let me crunch some numbers, and he goes out to the van, and he sits there and blows a joint, sits there for about 20 minutes, and then he writes down $14,972.29, which is $15,000. But if he wrote $15,000, you'd think, come on, buddy, you ripped me off. This looks like he's doing something. That's what the maple syrup is.
Yes.
You put a capful, a tablespoon, a teaspoon of maple syrup, and not Mrs. Buttersworth either. And all this BS. Meanwhile, it's just a bunch of hot sugar water you're drinking with a little lemon in it.
Cayenne might suppress appetite a little bit too. So,
look, it's like not eating.
Yes.
Just having.
And by the way, not eating doesn't cleanse you. Does not cleanse you.
I know, you know what we're doing? We're living in this society where we don't have to forage for food, where we're not hungry, where there's overabundance. So what we do is we overindulge, we drink too much, we eat too much, we smoke too much, and then we flog ourselves with these crazy diets.
Mm-hmm.
Let everyone just mellow out. There's no, stop. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Stop with the ass flushing. Stop with the barium enemas. Stop putting the coffee up the ass. Stop with all the up the ass stuff. It has nothing to do with anything. You don't feel. I'll tell you what makes you feel better.
If you leave that legacy, I feel like those 10 years will not have been in vain.
Andy,
just stop it with the ass.
Andy, stop putting stuff up your ass.
Shut up! I'm not putting anything up my ass. I'm not doing colonics or any of that.
Yeah, but this is a stepping stone to putting stuff up your ass. Is it not, Drew?
I've done colonics in the past, and I don't.
Well, that's what he's saying. Stop it.
They make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, imagine that.
Semen colonics.
Oh, Bob.
Close your eyes.
Every
All right,
time
Andy.
you put me on hold, I can still hear you. You know that. So you don't put me on hold.
All right, buddy. All right, let's not get off in the wrong direction here.
Now, come on. I just called to say I always love going on your guys' show, but I can still go on, right, Drew? Dr. Drew, you're going to still do it, right?
I'll be waiting for you, Andy. Can't wait.
Sure, and bring your guitar and bring the
your
bitches
band.
of the century and bring it all, because
But you're not allowed to beat on them when I'm here.
I heard you when I was on hold talking. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I heard everything.
Andy,
Well, you said,
thank you.
Speaking of needing hearing help.
No, but look,
But
Andy.
you're right. You know, you drink too much, you do this too much, and then, I feel like I need a little bit of a flush.
That's us having sex. Awesome. Thanks, Andy. Thanks for calling in.
Guys,
see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Adam, I'll see you on your new show. You're going to be the guy for taking over Howard, right?
Yes, out here on the West Coast and other parts. But here's the thing, too, everybody, all the great talent and voices you hear calling in tonight, they'll be doing this show, and it won't be as funny, but they'll be doing this show. They'll be doing my show. Yeah. I'll be doing this show. It's all good, as they say.
It's all good.
All right. And, Drew, let's see. Does he know him
Katie's been on
well?
hold for 87 minutes.
87 minutes. All right. Maybe she's looking to go for 90. Katie?
Hello?
18?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. But now doesn't want to lose it to him. You promised your virginity to your boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend, sort of, technically.
All right.
Now,
The promises that you make. Wait. Promises that you make when you're together are somewhat qualified, at least once you break up. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Well, for instance, even in marriages, you promise to love and protect for the rest of your, till death.
Right.
And then you break that promise, and that's the end of that. I mean, not to say that you should not take these things seriously or break promises easily. I'm just saying, you promise him virginity, you have no obligation to give that to him since you didn't maintain the relationship.
You broke up.
Yeah, that's it.
Katie, what's the problem with that?
Well, what happened is we broke up technically for me because I'm going to college 6 hours away from home. We're not seeing each other every day.
Where are you going to?
But it's at school in Boston. He lives in upstate New York.
All right.
I see.
All right. And I want to tell you what college, though. Yeah. I know Drew's climbing out of his skin.
Northeastern. What?
Yeah, Northeastern in Boston.
Yeah, Drew. Wow, what the hell do I know?
There's
For all
45 colleges in Boston. How did I pick that
Yeah,
one?
I know. It's a big college town.
Yeah.
But I picked the school you go to. Isn't that weird?
No.
That is pretty weird.
It is weird.
Well,
yes, thank you.
Listen, here's the one part about the show I'm never going to miss is, listen, you tell your boyfriend working over at the batting cage that he's got to straighten up and fly right. And by the way, what does your boyfriend do for a living? Works at a batting cage. Oh, you didn't want to say anything when I just guessed he was working at a batting cage?
Yeah,
well, he does work at a batting cage. Yeah, I know. You didn't find it peculiar that I guessed your boyfriend worked at a batting cage of all places? Huh, I guess. Okay. Anyway, I got a question. Not going to miss that part of the show.
Yep.
Not going to miss it. You picked the one college amongst the 45 that you did actually attend, and then you got a ringer like a bar rag to get that. Now you never get the compliment. You just get the.
That is weird. Right. That's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
How the hell did I know that?
I don't know, Drew. You know, every college, you have a laminated college index
but how did I know
in your
she went to
wallet.
North End?
Well, she said it was on the north side or something like that. She
No.
made some comment
She
to
said it's
a certain part of town.
She said it's 6 hours north of where I live in upstate New York. 6 hours away.
No, so the boyfriend lived in upstate New York.
I moved 6.
Upstate New York.
But you've moved 6 hours away.
I moved 6 hours away to go to school.
That's what she said.
No, I thought she said on the north side or something.
It's not on the north side anyway. It's not.
Well, whatever she said, I thought she said something like that.
It didn't give. I'm telling you, it had nothing to do with location.
I'd like
of school.
to detract from your victory. Katie, what did you say?
What did I say to my boyfriend?
Now, what did you say to us that led me to conclude you went to Northeastern?
I don't think people listen to us, by the way.
No, the guy I talked to before they put me on with you asked me where I went to school, and I said Northeastern. So I think that's how you guessed.
No, I didn't get that information. That's what we get. That's why we don't get credit for this.
I was gonna screw all you. I'm leaving.
There's
I
not,
didn't
on the
ask
board
whatever.
here. It says promise virginity to boyfriend, but now doesn't want to lose it to
Yeah,
him.
but she told the guy before that.
I don't even know. I don't know who she was talking to, even, let alone what she told him.
Come on, Drew. Here's what happened, Drew. Our screener got what college she went to.
Yeah.
Slipped you a little note. You pretended to guess it, and then you patted yourself on the back.
Where is he? Where's my note?
There it is. It's
Where?
clear as day. Clear as day. Stephanie?
Yes, hi.
32.
I am so happy to talk to you, Adam. I wanted to say that you have influenced my life,
Thank you.
and that the way you have influenced my life is your Loveline shtick has become part of my superego.
Uh-oh. What do you mean? Do you actually hear his voice?
By the way, let me just work this out. It's like, I love you, Adam. All right? She's now at 150 pounds. You've influenced my life. She's up to 170. Your voice has become part of my superego. Oh, now we're 2 bells. Stephanie?
148.55, no lie.
Okay. All right. Keep going. Keep going with the praising and the stroking.
But actually, when I went out on this date, I was heavier.
Interesting. Keep going. I guess she went on a date.
With a guy, and he was being a blowhard. He was like, well, if you're nice, I'll teach you to skateboard. And your voice popped into my head saying, this guy's an a-hole.
You actually heard it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. If it tells you to kill, ignore it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the moral of the story is you have, you kind of taught me how to differentiate with men, because I've grown up in an all-female household, so men have been kind of like really foreign.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, babe. Whew, I never felt better in my life. I really haven't. Boy, I tell you, these compliments, it's too much. It's too much, Drew. It's more than one man can stand. You know? I'm on cloud 9. I can't take it anymore.
I
It's
can
become
imagine
too.
for you. It must be
You know
tough
what it's
for you.
like? It's like when you eat so much fudge, it's so sweet, it almost tastes sour
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. It's so saccharine
just
sweet, the
nauseated.
outpouring of love.
Yeah.
Oh, the listeners never disappoint. All right. All right, everyone, home stretch. We'll be back after this. Yeah, my theme song.
Oh, this is what
Ace Man.
This is what the
Leather
ladies say.
jacket slung over his shoulders, smoked shades, hair bouncing, men turning, frightened, women impressed as he moves through the bar
Members
like a
only
cat,
jacket?
like a cat,
Yes.
strutting, boots, snakeskin belt, confident, bounce to his step. This is my music.
That is how he feels
This
on the
is what
inside.
I
This is
hear.
what he
This
hears,
is
what
what
he
I
feels,
hear.
what he sees.
Right.
And now we've got to look at what the ladies see as he struts by. There we go.
Never gets old.
There we go.
Speaking of things that never get old, the great
Oh, my
Jimmy
goodness.
Kimmel on Line 7. Jimmy?
I really am getting old. I wanted to call in because I didn't think it was right that you end such a glorious run with Andy Dick as the last 11.
Thank you.
And I thought it was fitting that you end this with a little Germany and Florida.
Well, but not only that, that's a good idea. But the fact that you started it all, ending it is also quite fitting too.
Yes.
Not ending it, but I mean finishing with
it all got started at the writers' table at Jimmy Kimmel Live.
No, I mean Jimmy starting you off on radio.
Oh, well,
too.
that's true too, as well as the Germany or Florida.
Hopefully, it just continues to flourish. But it is a great show, and you guys should be very proud of everything you've done.
And let me gush for a second too. I mean, it's been a pleasure of sort of, I don't know, life-changing proportion. I mean, I really appreciate everything about Adam and what he's done for me and my family, and taught me a lot. And it's been a pleasure of, of life. Life-changing is not the right word. I can't quite come up with the right word. It's a part
ruining?
of my life. No, not ruining. Well, there's been that element to it, but it's about life being a big part of my life, and I appreciate.
Well,
that.
I was thinking about Drew and my other partner Jimmy, and I realized Jimmy and I are very much alike, and we really enjoy each other, probably because it's like beating off into a mirror whenever we see each other. But Drew and Jimmy is a really smart guy, and Drew's a really smart guy, and I'm a smart guy, I will say. But Drew and I are very different, and it's rare that people who are very different enjoy each other as much as we do. Everything I know, you don't know, and everything you know, I don't know, and we seem to enjoy that about each other.
Yes. And you've taught me a good deal. I appreciate it.
And you've taught me a good deal. I had no idea what pearly penile papules were before I met you. I just thought there were bumps on my joint.
Okay.
Jimmy, you are the reason, by the way, I'm sitting here, and I'll never forget that. And I do appreciate.
Thanks, pal. And believe me, it's been more of a pleasure for me listening to you guys every night. But now comes the important thing.
Germany or Florida?
Whoever wins this edition is the champion for all time.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. Ich.
Oh, you heard this one already.
Zucker. Ich sah mich nur haben Sie die Renkung bitte.
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Give us some more.
Salen naiman Sie Kassea Selbejidinung Bikere Flicia.
Tough. This is a coin toss type question for me, but I'm just going Florida.
I think I'm thinking Florida too, because after all, he's speaking Yiddish.
You got to dance with who brought you. I'm going Florida on this one.
You guys are both going out losers. It's Germany.
Oh, no
My
way.
God, I can't believe it.
Laughing time is over.
God.
Jimmy, thanks for calling. God bless you, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Take care, fellas.
Take care. The great Jimmy Kimmel, everybody. Oh, boy, we got to take a break. I want to thank some people. Should we take a break right this second, come back, have a minute left for thanking people?
We'll go 2 minutes over.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be right back after this. Well, thanks a lot. It's been a great ride. I want to give some thanks where thanks are due. Some people here, some people not here. Phone screener Sherry, always a delight.
Yeah.
Remember her? Tara, don't call me Tara, goddammit. Even miss my nemesis phone screener, Tara, don't call me Tara.
The evil phone screener.
Yes, engineer Mike, great guy, stopped by tonight. Brian, phone screener Brian, Chris, engineer Chris, Patricia.
Stopped by too.
Rick, Marcus, Michelle, Anderson. We've had our differences along the way, but a great engineer. Nobody faster with those fingers, and love those drops, buddy. Gonna miss you. Gonna miss Lauren for doing a great job. Junior producer Lauren, just one junior.
Oh.
Of course, producer Ann, fantastic. A pleasure, a thrill. Love you, baby. It's been great. Lance, the new phone screener. Never met you, but fantastic job, brother. Feel like you're my brother. What can I say, everybody? It's been awesome. It's been a privilege, Drew. It's been my privilege. It really has.
It's been mine.
And it's been way more than a professional relationship. And I hope it continues long after this stops.
I trust it will.
And again, if you're a friend of mine and you're a fan of mine, please support this show. It's an important show, and it's important that it keeps going. And don't worry, this is not goodbye. This is the little temporary break, and then we'll all be back together soon.
Yeah.
Yes. So, for the final time, Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo. Yeah.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.